Acceptance. What does the concept of acceptance mean to you? How has your life shifted because of what you can and cannot accept? Have you been able to notice in your relationships with the people that see things slightly differently than you, that feel differently about subjects than you, that tend to approach challenges a little bit differently than you? Have you been able to look at how your acceptance of someone else impacts the way you live your life? Or perhaps the way it doesn't impact your life? You see, I've come to learn that we're all very unique, with good reason. We have within us strengths and unique capabilities that enable us to shine differently than others. But not to say that we shine higher or lesser than someone else, just to shine uniquely. So when I have these things inside of me and I choose to express, it may be slightly different than how you would have expressed. And that's okay. You see, acceptance teaches you something very important, and that is to be open-minded to views and perspectives of others. See, acceptance is a lesson for us. It is a tough lesson. Acceptance teaches us to look elsewhere and not place judgment, but instead seek understanding. How many of you guys feel like you have a lot of trouble accepting other people's views? Think about where that comes from. If you have a hard time looking at someone else's life, and you have a hard time saying, I accept how they live, then it's likely that you have been taught yourself a very certain something. And let me explain what that is. As you grew up, you were yourself. 100%. You were a child. You were happy, you were joyful, and you expressed as you chose to express. But one day, perhaps your parents, perhaps your teachers said you can no longer behave in that manner because it's not acceptable in society. This has certainly happened to me. I guarantee it's happened to you. It's part of a much longer standing system than we're usually aware of. So in a way, because life, or the way we see it anyways, the way that life treats us, a lot of the time we associate with our emotions. So when we grew up and we tried to express ourselves in life, really our parents, our teachers, our peers told us that we cannot behave or act in this manner. What happened internally, the trauma that occurred within you, was that you tried to express and that you were suppressed in your ability to express because someone told you not to do that anymore, because that's not okay. That doesn't fit in this perfect box of society, of what is the norm and what isn't the norm. You see, we don't look at these things because we don't like to look at the pain that we experience in our lives. But if you're able to connect the dots If you're wanting to understand why you can't accept others, look first within yourself and discover all the times that you have tried to express yourself and you have not been accepted. You've been denied. You've been told to behave differently. You've been told that what you are, how you act, what you feel is not okay. Be mindful to the things that occur in your life that take you away from your self-expression. Be mindful to these things because it is your self-expression that allows you to grow and learn from yourself. It is your ability to express who you are that keeps you happy. So if there are things in life that are holding you back from expressing 100%, then it's likely that you may have a lot of trouble accepting others' way of life because you've been so conditioned to believe it can only be in this perfect little square. This is the only way to truly understand why we have trouble accepting others. We must first look within and accept and understand why we weren't accepted. We can create acceptance. We can be open-minded. But it first starts with you. And that means that you have to accept yourself 100%. And if you choose not to accept yourself, then I'm sorry. But I accept you for who you are, and I love you for who you are, and I will never attempt to change you. I hope that you can find that same amount of love for yourself. And it starts by accepting yourself little by little. So stop constraining your voice. Stop constraining your emotions and your thoughts. Start expressing. Start being who you truly are. Accept who you are. And others will accept who you are. You have the energetic key. With that, I love you all.